If you are buying land in Lagos and all your due diligence stops at checking the location and verifying the title documents, then you're already taking an expensive risk. You see, whether the land is on the mainland or on the island, buying land in Lagos now goes beyond verifying the certificate of occupancy, the survey, and maybe doing further research on the real ownership of the land. You see, these days, you also need to start taking the topography and soil condition of the land very seriously. And that's because your projected construction cost might be, say, 400 million on paper, but buying the wrong land can push that figure up by 50% or more without adding any single extra floor to your building. Now, let me share a real life example with you guys. A couple weeks ago, I went to inspect a land in Yaba for one of my people. Directly opposite that land, another developer had already started constructing. I think he's building like a block of flat or something. Now, here is the shocker. When this developer bought his land, he had no idea that the two previous buildings on the land had completely sunk into the ground. So when they moved to site, the first thing they had to do was hire very expensive crawler excavators to dig deep and pull out debris buried far below the surface. And this was before they did the piling and proper foundation. And by the time they were done, almost 200 to 250 million had gone inside the soil without a single visible structure on the land. And that thing to note here is that this kind of discovery will most likely force a complete review of your piling design, which will mean more money, more time, more risk, and if you don't have the right professionals working with you on site, it's going to be more gbas for you under your construction site. Now, let's be honest with ourselves. You see, most land in Lagos, they are like this. And that's because Lagos is fundamentally a water city. Now, in this case, having to do piling is not necessarily the problem. The problem is not knowing the condition of the land before you buy it. So when a realtor tells you it's a dry land, the smart question you should ask is it dry at the surface or structurally dry below? However, in most cases, you can't really know the depth of the piling to be done or whether some building had sunk into the ground before buying. But what you can at least do is inspect the property and know whether you need to do piling or not. You see, the message here is simple. Whenever you're buying a land that you intend to build on, you have to be very smart about it. But more importantly, you need to have 100% clarity on what you're buying before money changes hand. Because in Lagos real estate, what you don't see under the ground can cost you more than what you paid for the land itself.